What is the best card to get if you are looking for a new points card this month? We're breaking it down based on where you are in your points journey, starting with if you are a super beginner and you are looking for a card with no annual fee. All right, we're gonna start with the best no annual fee cards. So if you are just starting out with points and miles, or you're even just starting out with the concept of credit cards that could earn you nice rewards, and you have never heard of any of this before, and you're like, I need a no annual fee card, I need this to be as simple as possible, I would recommend starting with the Chase Freedom Unlimited. It earns 1% cash back everywhere. The end. There's no annual fee, you don't have to do anything special, you don't have to remember to use it for restaurants or shopping or something else. If you just need a no annual fee card that you can use pretty much everywhere, start with a Chase Freedom Unlimited. You'll also get a $200 cashback bonus after spending $500 on purchases in the first 3 months after opening your card, which is like 40% back, which is huge for people who have small expenses. You only need to do a $500 minimum spend. There's none of that $4,000 in 3 months or anything like that. So this is like base case, get a Chase Freedom Unlimited. If you want one step more advanced than that, and you can remember to click a button every 3 months, I would recommend getting the Chase Freedom Flex. And this is because this has special points bonus categories. So for example, this quarter, once you activate the quarterly bonus categories, you would get 5% cash back on Instacart, gas stations, EV charging, and select live entertainment. However, in order to get 5% cash back on that, you do need to remember to click a button every 3 months. And if you're like, that's too much for me, get the Chase Freedom Unlimited. This one also has a few other cashback opportunities like 3% back on dining, 3% on drugstore, 5% on travel, purchase through Chase Travel, and 1% on everything else. So if you want to start delving into other certain categories where it's better to use this card than other cards, but you still want a no annual fee card, Chase Freedom Flex is a really good one to look into for beginners. Aside from that, one of the best no annual fee cards out there is going to be the Build MasterCard. And that's because with the Chase Freedom Unlimited or Chase Freedom Flex, you can't actually transfer those points yet into the transfer partners, which is what we spend most of the time talking about on this channel. For now, if you only have the Chase Freedom Unlimited or Chase Freedom Flex, or even both of those, but those are the only Chase cards you have, you're stuck in cashback only mode until you get something like the Chase Sapphire Preferred, which we'll talk about in the next section. But if you want a no annual fee card where you can start earning points and immediately start jumping into how do I best use these for different transfer partners, the Build card is fantastic for this. There's also so many other perks that you get on it as well, because if you are paying for rent and you want to earn points on that rent without having to pay for an annual fee card, and you don't want to have to pay for processing charges to put your rent on a credit card, Built is great for that. I really like using this for double points on rent day, where we go out to eat every first of the month and a lot of other times throughout the month. But on the first every month, you would get 6 points per dollar on your Built card. There's a lot of other perks that you can get on this as well, and there is no annual fee on this card. So depending on how complex you want to get with a no annual fee card, if you're like base case, start with the Chase Freedom Unlimited. Eventually you can transfer those points over to a Chase Sapphire and use them for travel. But if you're just like, I need something that will help me in the future, but I don't have time to think about it now, Chase Freedom Unlimited or Chase Freedom Flex if you want to start delving into different cashback bonus categories, or if you want a no annual fee card and to start transferring those points right away for different redemptions, Built MasterCard is what I would recommend. What if you're already past the point of no annual fee cards and you're ready to level up a little bit more? Next up, we are covering some of the staple cards that I most often recommend in our free credit card consultations. Here's the list. I do want to mention something. A lot of the different blogs, podcasters, influencers, whatever in points and miles make most of their income through affiliate links when you apply for a Chase Sapphire Preferred through their link or another card using their links. For any of you who don't know, I have lost most of my affiliate links because I was a defier and not a complier, and I did not want to follow all of the different compliance laws about what I could and could not say, because many of the credit card programs asked me to take down a lot of the juicy tips that I was putting on my social media. And I said, no, people need to have juicy tips. I do not need that $100,000 per year or whatever they were paying me in affiliate income when they shut this down a couple years ago. So the vast majority of different cards on geobreezetravel.com/cards are referral links from students in our Points Accelerator course. If you would like to have your links posted on here so that other people are using your referral links and and you get the referral points for it, join our waitlist at geobreezetravel.com/waitlist. But if you do apply for any of the cards using the card links on the geobreezetravel.com/cards page, one of my students will be very thankful for you if you are approved for that card, because that means they are getting the referral points. So that is the case with all of the Chase personal cards, Chase business cards, not the Capital One cards. Those are, I think, the only ones where I still have affiliate links, but sometimes if there is a higher offer available through referral links instead of affiliate links, we'll switch them out for the month and then switch them back. With Bilt, that's a referral link as well. With Amex, these also use our students' referral links because I've also lost my Amex links. I made a few too many of those videos that were like, Amex does not want you to know this secret. They didn't like that. So I don't have affiliate links anymore. These are all referral links from our students. But let's talk about the next section of cards, which is once you are ready to level up into something that does have an annual fee, where should you start? The most popular is probably the Chase Sapphire Preferred. It's a $95 annual fee, and this one, if you already have the Chase Freedom or Chase Freedom Flex, means that you can funnel those Chase Freedom points into your Chase Sapphire account and use all of those points combined to transfer to different partners. Some of the fan favorite places where people transfer their Chase points would be with Hyatt hotels, and then also with United Airlines, since those are pretty exclusive with Chase, but they transfer to a ton of other places as well, like Aeroplan, the Avios programs, Air France, Singapore Airlines, tons of different transfer partners with Chase. So something that I really encourage people who are getting into the world of points and miles is to not focus so much on the cheapest possible way to do things. Because if you do that, then you'll probably be of the mindset that you don't want to ever pay for any credit card annual fees. And so you'll miss out on great opportunities if you are dead set on zero annual fee cards for the rest of your life. Instead of focusing on cheapest way to do stuff, I would focus on return on investment. And I would ask myself, would I rather pay $0 to get $500 once, or would I pay $95 to get maybe $1,000 worth of points as a sign-up bonus? Personally, I would go for the latter. So Chase Sapphire Preferred is a very popular first card to get for people who are looking to dive deeper into the world of points and miles. If you are looking to get some additional perks with your points and miles journey, I also recommend the Capital One Venture X rewards card quite a bit. It's also got a similar sign-up bonus of 75,000 points, but the spending categories on these are much simpler than the Chase Sapphire Preferred, because with this, it's pretty much just 2x everywhere. Unless you're booking a lot of travel through the Capital One portal, which I don't. I usually just say, use this everywhere for business, because you get 2 points per dollar everywhere. Plus you get a lot of different perks like lounge access, a $300 credit on flights or hotels to use through the Capital One travel portal if you want to do that. Or if you're like, I really want a lower annual fee, but I still want to earn 2 points per dollar everywhere, the regular Capital One Venture card is a very popular one as well for people who don't want to mess with juggling different bonus categories. So if you are one of those people where you're like, I just need a one and done card, Capital One Venture is fantastic because it gets 2 points per dollar everywhere. You don't have to focus too much on what card to use where, and you can instead focus your energy on how to best use Capital One miles, since they have a ton of different airline transfer partners as well. A new one that has been making a splash recently is also the Citi Strata Premier card. This one has a similar annual fee for $95, and now that Citi has American Airlines as an exclusive transfer partner, a lot more people are jumping on this as well, and we'll talk about Citi a little bit more in just a bit. Whenever I ask people what their biggest spending category is, or we dive into this a little bit more with clients, especially those who have families, they always say food and dining. So another really popular card that we recommend is the Amex Gold card, which gets 4 points per dollar on restaurants and also grocery stores. So this one lets you earn Amex points, and then also if you have any cards that earn membership rewards points, whether it's an Amex Gold, Amex Platinum, Amex Business Gold, Business Platinum, Business Blue Business Plus, any of those, make sure you also sign up for Rakuten, because with Rakuten you can go into your settings, click on account settings, and then where it says how you're getting paid, you can select membership rewards points. So all of that cash back that you are getting on Rakuten now gets paid out as Amex points. So if you spend a lot of money on restaurants and you don't want a 5-step plan of use the Bilt card on Bilt day, but then use this Marriott card on this day, but use the Citi Strata on these days, if you just want 4 points per dollar on food whenever you're purchasing food, whether from a grocery or from a restaurant, highly recommend the Amex Personal Gold card. It does have a bit higher of an annual fee at $325, but if you're able to take advantage of the Uber Cash credits, and then also you get a Resi credit every year, some Dunkin' Donuts credits of a measly $7 every month, but you can use those use as reloads into the Dunkin' app to carry them over month after month, you can recoup the annual fee back pretty quickly. Up next is a new credit card launch that I am particularly excited about and that I personally jumped on. It is worth noting that this video is just focused on personal credit cards. Let me know in the comments if you are also interested in business credit card recommendations. And if you're interested in leveling up your points and miles game even more, we have a couple of options for you. The first one is the GeoBreeze Travel Patreon, which you can join starting at just $5 per month through patreon.com/GeoBreezeTravel. Every month, we prepare personalized step-by-step tutorials for the routes that our members request. We also provide open forum group coaching where you can ask any questions that you have about points, miles, and credit cards in general. We also talk through some of the tips and tricks that I don't really mention on social media. And if you're looking to get even more free travel with your points, and you're a business owner or individual who spends more than $100,000 per year on expenses, we typically save our clients more than $30,000 in travel in the first 6 months of working with our one-on-one points portfolio management service. If that sounds like something that you would be interested in, book a free intro chat with us at geobreezetravel.com/intro call to learn more. Okay, let's talk about some of the recent cards that I added and removed from my personal lineup. So if you're past the basics, what credit card should you get next? The short answer is fill out the free credit card consultation form at geobreezetravel.com/consultations, and we will do a free credit card consultation for you. So just fill out this quick form and I will personally respond to you via email on what card to get next. Because after the few base case cards that we've already talked about, it's very dependent on what you want to specialize in. So we're not even covering business cards in this video. Let me know in the comments if you want me to cover a best cards video on business credit cards, because that's where you can get tons of points. But for now, we're just focusing on personal cards. But there are a lot of premium credit cards that people are trying to decide, should I get the Amex Platinum? Should I get a Chase Sapphire Reserve? Should I get the Capital One Venture X that we mentioned earlier? And also lots of different co-branded cards. Like, do you need a United card because you fly United a lot? Probably not, but maybe. Do you need a World of Hyatt card? Do you need a Southwest card for companion pass later? There's so many different cards to choose from. So another thing that I would do is I would Google best credit card to use for every spending category. It's important to know what your major categories are. Like, for example, if you spend a lot on groceries and dining, Amex Gold is fantastic. But I was scanning through these different articles that these different blogs have put together, and a lot of these are just best credit cards for the month, which, as we all know, probably means credit cards that are paying out the highest commissions per month. What I was looking for is a chart that says, hey, if you spend a lot of money on this thing, you should get these cards. I was not able to find an easy link that does that. Feel free to let me know in the comments if such a tool exists. The closest I could find was this 10x article, which still doesn't really have it in the format that I want, but we'll go with it, where if you spend a lot of money on groceries, this isn't even sorted by the way that I want. I guess you could get 6% cash back on the Blue Cash Referred, 4 points per dollar on American Express, 3 points per dollar on Citi, and then you can scroll through on these different categories and figure out which one is best for you. So for example, if you spend a lot of money at gas stations, Blue Cash Preferred, 3% cash back. Citi Strata Premier, 3 points per dollar here. I think the Wyndham Business Earner Card also earns 8 points per dollar, which isn't even on the list here. So I haven't found a good online article that organizes all of this for us. But if you need an app that does that, I highly recommend the Card Pointers app, where it will tell you what card to use for any given category. You can filter it down to just cards that you have, or have it give you recommendations on other cards to get if there is a high spend category that you have as well. For me personally, what I'm focused on right now is something that would give me a high credit line and let me keep my American Airlines status while still having a little bit of flexibility. So very recently, I opened a Citi Strata Elite card. There's an okay sign-up bonus on it. I hear you could also find some bonuses where it's 100,000 bonus points, especially if you apply in branch. It's got a pretty steep annual fee of, let's just say, $600. But the reason that I really want this card is that it gets 6 points per dollar on restaurants. I go out to eat a lot with my husband, especially on weekends. And the category bonus here is a little bit weird because you only earn 6 points per dollar if it's Friday and Saturday from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Eastern. I'm on Pacific time, so that means it would also cover Friday happy hours starting at 3 p.m. Friday, and I would love to get 6 flexible points per dollar I spend on restaurants, so this one sounds great to me. Also, very recently, Citi has added American Airlines as a transfer partner partner. So now we can use all of these points, transfer them over to American Airlines, which has tons of great flight deals. We have lots of videos on best ways to use American Airlines miles. It also has a lot of other coupon-y types of benefits to justify the annual fee, supposedly, like a $300 annual hotel benefit, a $200 annual splurge credit, which I will probably just use to fly on more American Airlines flights, but maybe I'll buy some stuff from Best Buy. There's a $200 annual Black Lane credit, which is like Uber but fancy, and I don't know if I would really use that very much. Priority Pass Select membership is useless to me because I've got about a dozen cards that already have that, but I am interested in the American Airlines Admirals Club lounge passes, where every year you get 4 club passes with this credit card. Also, TSA and Global Entry is mostly useless to me because I have that covered already as well. But with those different perks and the high annual fee, I felt the need to downgrade a different card. So previously I had the Citi Advantage World Elite MasterCard for getting into the Admirals Lounge and for earning my American Airlines miles. Since I can now do that with the Citi Strata Elite, where I think 4 club passes per year should be enough for me. I don't go into Admirals clubs that often. I'm covered there, and the points will now transfer over to American Airlines. I downgraded this to the no annual fee American Airlines Advantage Mile Up card. No one talks about this one because it's got such a small sign-up bonus. There's no annual fee on it. Anybody who's trying to earn a lot of American Airlines miles probably is just going for one of the higher tier cards anyway. But I downgraded my World Elite MasterCard down to this free card because I have a pretty big credit line on my World Elite MasterCard, and it would hurt my credit score to get rid of that. But also I use it to pay taxes. I have pretty sizable estimated quarterly taxes every few months. So if I just put that on the no annual fee card, I'm still gonna earn 1 American Airlines mile per dollar, whether I put those tax dollars on a no annual fee card or an expensive card. And that is a good way for me to maintain my executive platinum status with American Airlines each year, is just by running those big tax expenses through a no annual fee card. So that's a recent credit card move that I made recently, was to get the Strata Elite and then downgrade my expensive American Airlines card. Let me know in the comments if you've made any cool credit card moves lately, or if you would recommend any other ones. We would love to hear from you. I hope you found those tutorials helpful. Also, let me know what other types of tutorials you would like to see. Suggestions for future topics are always welcome. In the meantime, if you enjoyed these tutorials, I think you'll enjoy this video next.